Sometimes things just get out.
Yes, man. What is going on? What is going on, Gerald Peters? Welcome back to the channel. We'll let this go again. Probably have to go live later today. A few bugs hadn't gone in a minute that we had to work out there. Let some people come in. What is going on, man? Let's pull up some comments. We ain't been live in a minute. Took the holidays. My man says, yes. Return of the Jedi. Return of the Mac. Man, I appreciate you. Hope everybody's doing well. I really do. Let me see. Why is that not coming up? Got a Jim here. See what he says here in the beginning.
Hey, I'm Kramer. Welcome to Mad Money. Welcome to Kramerica. Other people make friends. I was trying to make a little bit of money here. My job is not just to entertain, but to educate you. So call me at 1-800-743-CBC. Tweet me at Jim Kramer. Sometimes things just get out of whack with stocks at the beginning of the year. No worries. The market has an astounding ability to correct itself right in front of you. It can look inconsistent, even crazy when it all happens. But it's all part of a natural order of rationalization you need to embrace if you want to be a successful investor. So in a day when the Dow rallied 270 points, S&P edged up 0.01%, NASDAQ declined 0.44%. Let's go under the hood and figure out the method behind the market's madness. I want to start with two. It's a little cute, I know, but I'm going to give it a shot. Two big constellations. Constellation Energy, the independent power producer, and Constellation Brands, the beer, wine, and spirits business.
Oh, man, he's talking about something here. I must have picked the wrong day. Let's see. You can't post comments to some destinations. What are we talking about here? Take this back down. Jim, if you don't, I know a lot of people don't care for Jim Kramer. His first 5 minutes of his show is not bad. It's a pretty decent monologue, actually, where he kind of breaks down what is going down. Right here we have in stream. We're still streaming, so Instagram. Got some folks on Instagram here. What we're looking at here is bonds. If you don't know the importance of bonds, really super important. Hold on, man. God damn it. There we go. You really want to learn the importance of bonds. So we got, this is the TLT. This is the 20-year treasury bond. Man, this is all interest rates. Okay. And if this thing starts to rally, let's see. Everybody can hear me and see me. Hopefully so. Start one. What's up, GP and the MFG? What's up, my man? What is going on? Let's see. I was looking for some writers and people in Discord. Everybody that responded, seemed like none of them were in Discord with us. So we got the 20-year breaking out here. Now on this breakout, I mean, it's a technical setup. Really nice swing trade opportunity, though. That's your previous high, right? Well, that's the previous high. This is an all-time, or not all-time high, but the high we've had so far this year. Not this year, but in the last year. Tip bonds too. What's up? What's up? Yeah. So, you can get it all. I'm just trying to keep it simple. There's lots of different, there's junk bonds. They're typically going to go the same. They're shorter duration. This is 20-year bond. They got the 5-year. They got 10-year. You get down in those, they start calling them notes. So we got an obvious support here. Now, when you talk about support, I think this is chapter 4 or chapter 6 of the money flow. You got to have a couple points that respect it to have it, you know? And typically when you run it across, if you got good support, to me, it's not good support if it wasn't a previous zone of resistance, you know, in the past. And so whatever was resistance, once the price breaks through it, you know, I just assume that is now going to be support. And you'll see price will run to these levels, stop. Now it may keep going, but it'll go there and it'll respect them, just like you see it do it with, say, the 200-day moving average. It's going to stop on the 200. And if it's in a bear market, typically, in other words, trading under the 200, it's going to run up, hit the 200, turn around, keep going down. And the 200 will start to slope down, and you may have it run up, hit 200, come down, run up, hit 200, come down, run up, get 100 to go down. And that's how I developed the bread and butter strategy, which is a strategy inside money flow, right? So with money flow, I have 6 different ways that I trade, but it really is the same setup. It's just in relation to price, in relation to value, and in relation to time frame. So if I'm trading on a 1-minute chart, I'm still swing trading. I still want to buy things that are valuable. I still want to buy things that have that I could pitch you a case why it should go up, you know. And it may just be that it's in the news because we're trading on a 1-minute chart. So Intel was on the news today. And by the way, this is a 1-minute chart here of, look at this. This is a 1-minute chart of Bitcoin. I was up almost $200 today, day trading Bitcoin. And I'm still trying to work it out before I come out with my class here on it. Now, I'm not trying to work out the strategy. What I'm trying to work out is the speed in which it's executed on the platforms and the proper buttons, and that I'm understanding these perpetual contracts correctly and all that good stuff. Let's see. So nice day today. Now, the cool thing is, here's the cool thing. That money, that 100 and whatever I made today, I started the day with $1,100. And when I closed it out, it was 1,300 and something. So that's not a lot of money to day trade, guys. I mean, that is crazy. If you can start day trading, like actually day trading it with so little money and making, that's 10%. I mean, basically it was 10% return today because they're leveraged 10 to 1. Now, here's an example, even on the 1-minute time frame where we see it runs up, hits the 200. What do you see? Comes back down. Because right now it's trapped under it. And what I would assume if we broke through it, oh, hold on. Sorry. If we broke through it, oh, my man says, I've been building AGQ since 2022. Man, we might have to wrap that shit. I've been building since 2022. Man, I hope that was a big hit, bro. That was a big hit. Why do you keep telling me Instagram, bro? Instagram is on, my man. Why you keep saying Instagram? Instagram is on. Man, you had to hit big on that, dude. What was your percent return, Adam, if you don't mind me asking? I was up 450 something percent on the silver trade. That was with AGQ. I also traded it with futures contracts. I don't even know on that. Made a few grand. Kind of got in late on that part. We've been building the like he said, the AGQ for a minute. Now, when was the best time to do that? He said, message me back. I got you. Same name on there? Maybe give me your screen name, bro. Hit me again, okay? Just in case I get a lot of them. And see, so this is an example of using the money flow to position trade or build a position over a period of time. That's the biggest winners. People think the big winners are like short-term trades and flips and options. That's not the big winners. The big fucking winners are like when I was doing Uber for 4 years, adding shares stage one, adding shares stage one, adding shares stage one for 4 years. And then to see it finally pay off and run, you know, it's pretty nice, man. Pretty nice. People get too concerned about something, you know, as soon as the fucker's red, they want to get out. Now, that's day trading for sure. But that's not how you position trade. That's not how you make big money. You know, but day trading, yeah, you got to get out fast, man. And so you got to be able to take the money flow and apply it to the proper time frame in which you're on. So you can't have the in out and you're talking about investing. That wouldn't be correct. That would be trading. And trading's fine to get out, but then don't call that investing. Make sure you got the right time frame for your expectations, or you're not going to be happy with the stock market. You know, let's see. Because as an investor, obviously, you need it to come down. Duh. As a trader, you don't give a fuck if it comes down, because you can trade the short side just like you can trade the long side. Oh, hold on. We're not looking at the... damn, they're loud. All right. So up here I was putting the things, and then what happened? We got this stage one here, right? We're breaking through there. So I would expect it to run up to this 9,500 range. And right there's our entry right here at this 93.47. So that's a 200 low point run right there. Now, if you own a full Bitcoin, that's actually $200. That just gives you an example. If you were on the trade of the week, I sent out an email a few minutes ago. You're on the premium to trade of the week. And I made my case for why I think it's small caps. I mean, other people are jumping on this too. That's what that whiteboard's all about. That's what the Peters report is all about. I moved the whiteboard to page 5 because I have some people, I don't think they made it to the very end. So I moved the whiteboard to page 5 so people could see it and understand it. If you do this whiteboard, you do it the way I do it, you know, even if it's on paper, you're going to spot these rotations. So it's pretty fucking obvious what's happening. Momentum's being lost in tech. It won't go down, but it's being lost. It'll pull back some. It may stall out a little bit. That's okay. That's going to be people building their positions, people that didn't get a chance to get in. Those stocks aren't done. You know, they may have some corrections. Well, this is, let's say you missed them. Let's say you missed Meta. You missed whatever. Now's a chance you could drop down to those 2X funds, right? We got 2X funds for everything now. And you can make up for it. That's what I did in Tesla. I missed 3 years of Tesla. Tesla had a crash. Tesla fell the biggest drop in 3 years. Boom, I jump in. I buy TSLL. We go all the way back to the high and more. And guess what? In a couple months, I'd made up for 3.5 years of not owning that stock. My man says the whiteboard is the most important thing I do all week. It really is. If you do for 1 year and do 52 of those, you will be such a better trader. I mean, I think people are scared to be good traders usually. A lot of people are scared to be good traders, you know, because they realize, God damn, I got to do this all the time. I got to be right all the time. Yeah. You know, you have to be right, but you got to have a way of dealing with it when you're wrong. Same thing, same pattern here. So we're seeing this across a lot of small cap stocks, you know. Let's see. All right, we'll jump to here. It says Peters report, trade of the week, the case for small caps. So the Russell is already up 5% on the week, man. I like that graphic right there. You should have seen that in the email. That's cool. Yeah, a little upgrade cost on that. The Peters report's free. I charge on this. I'm gonna have a follow-up video tonight, I think, covering the stocks I listed in there that I'm trading around. Okay, and the one that I think has the best shot to double is in there, and the link is right up here. So. If you want to check that out, you can. Let's see. So here we are back on that 1 minute again. And look what happened. You see, it starts to push up into that box. And it's more of a box than anything. It's not like the exact top. It's going to push around in here. And you're probably going to have a little pullback. And that, my friends, would be perfectly fucking normal movement. So once we know that, once we're in flow, I mean, look at the flows here. Stage 1 runs up, down, sideways, runs up, down. I mean, it's just doing the same thing. That's the money flow. That's money flow right there. Money flows in and money flows out. Man, that's what I forgot all about the, that's what I need to use for the intro next time. Life is about advancement. Everything that has a right to grow, everything that lives has a right to grow. And that includes you. Let's see. This is ENVX. They make a battery. We've run it up to this 15, 16 multiple times. Literally sold the top over here. Not sold, but called, said, hey, this is probably the top. Let me see. What's this? What is going on with my mouse? Look at that. Oh, look at the doji. It's a hangman doji, man. Right there. Come on, man. You got a hangman doji at what appears to be a stage 3 with the RSI banging and the money flow signaling and the MACD rolling over. Literally all of the money flow indicators. So we were able to pick up bottoms and tops like that. Not perfect, but you'll get better and better at it as time goes on. Sometimes it'll be picture perfect. You won't believe it. Life is about advancement. Everything that lives has the right to grow, and that includes you. You were born with the right to rise, to expand, to evolve, and to become everything you are capable of becoming. You can be more, do more, and have more than you do now. Absolutely. The universe is friendly to our plans, both of us. There we go. Let's see. Wow, this thing not letting me in. There we go. Thought it wasn't letting me in for a second. That's ENVX. In other words, these are a lot of the small cap stocks we're playing with. United Health Group. Remember we were picking it up down here? Remember picking it up? We picked it up over here, picked up some down here. We've run it all the way back. Look, it came right to the 200, man. Hits the 200, puts in a doji. Man. Come on, man. That is what we call the BNB strategy with the money flow. The BNB strategy, super powerful. You guys that like to fuck around with options, you should be all over that BNB strategy. You pick up some options and you pick up the... my man says, decided to start building a position with ACHR. Nice. That is actually one of the stocks in the small cap. Let's look at it here. If you don't know, man, you can go over to stock charts. If you go over to the public chart, you can follow along with the almost, I think it's almost 200 stocks we're following now. Now, so you guys know, be honest. When did I say, let's start adding these small caps? I was ahead. I'm always ahead of Barron's. Always about a week ahead. You'll see me if I bring out some new shit nobody's talking about, and all of a sudden I switch to dividend stocks and I'm saying, hey, this is going to be the focus. See, the whiteboard's telling me that Barron's will be about a week later. They got to wait till I tell them. It'll be about a week later. So now they're talking about small caps. We started putting those on the board, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, right? And then what? About a week before Trump did all the bullshit over there where he's at now in Venezuela, what happened? I started talking about LM, Lockheed Martin, right? Raytheon, the national defense stocks. All right. Now get ready for restaurant stocks. They're going to start talking about those soon. So we're trying to stay one step ahead, man. Sometimes when you're ahead, you're gonna go in the red for a while. So you gotta think about that. Mr. 428, man, hope that kid's doing well. Always like that guy. Along the same lines, that Archer Aviation, they do some badass shit there. Nice chart. We've hit the stage of breakout, but we're stopped right here. Why? Price is attracted to and stops wherever it stopped before. So it's going to bang up against it for a minute. And if we break through, we assume we're going to run to the next one. That's 1150. That's our target zone. That'd be a nice trade, 30-40% return. Now, I got one I think is going to double. It's not this one, but this one is going to do good. That's not the doubler, though. Let's see. And I got to cut it short here. It took me a minute to come on and apologize. Why is that not turning off? It's supposed to turn off on its own. It didn't happen, man. There we go. Sorry. Supposed to have a timer on that. Let's see. So today's Friday. Go through my whiteboard, man. If where's that? We go over to Peter's report. I usually sum up what happened last week. Yeah. I usually put newer video I've done this week over here. Most of the time, those are lately like an income stream videos. The utility trade. But what I'm trying to do, let you guys know, I'm trying to put what I think is these are large cap trades typically. The one I think is the best right now to the front, even before the whiteboard. Okay, that's what that's talking about, or it's just top of my mind. The whiteboard's right here. Trying to make it a little clearer for everybody, so you can spot the rotations. These change out. I'm just constantly checking the true value of stocks. I can't do all 100 and whatever in one day. Okay, it takes too long. So I'm just constantly doing it, man. Constantly doing it. Let's see. Constantly doing it. Look what happened. Ran up. Man, stopped. Didn't quite hit it. Now we're coming back down. Getting in it. It's down signals. So guy should have got out right there if he's day trading. Let's see. Archer. Anyway, what I was saying on the Pierce report here. Speculation stocks. These are the kind of time I'm going to run. I don't do too much in the way of small cap, like 600. They might count Kohl's as that, those 3 billion to 1 billion kind of stocks. Some of these in here are 48 million market cap. So be careful, trade those smaller. They can move fast. I think Archer is like 1.2 billion or something. We got Xena in there. These are like AI drone fucking companies. They do some crazy shit, man. We got our pop, but this is still buyable right here. This one could double easy. This goes from 3 to 7, maybe 8, man. This is easy. So we've been watching that one. Got it a little early and then it came down, So that's what the game. Look where it stopped before. Guys, it stopped right where it stopped before. That's where we expected it to stop. Right around there, right? Not perfect, but close. And where do we expect it to go? Right where it went before. It did it there, did it here, did it here. So we can easily do that. That's an easy double, man. I don't know. It's an easy double. So we're in the right market for these type of stocks right now. Let me pull this down and we'll close this down. I'll come back on tonight, probably. Let's see. This is not the time to be looking at, some big companies. Some of them might run. Some of the big Dow industrial, you're going to start seeing industrials run. You probably start to see some catch-ups with Pepsi's, Coca-Cola's. The utility trade could come back, right? We got bonds breaking out. That tells me utilities are breaking out. I didn't even look at it. We got Netflix setting up. So we're in a bull fucking market. Anybody's thinking negative is an idiot. Seriously. If you got people thinking negative, you need new friends. Your friends are dumb. If you've been thinking negative, I don't know, man. Go back and reread the book. Go back and reread the money flow. What the fuck? What is in motion is going to stay in motion until it hits something that stops it. So you don't need to look for fucking reasons that it's going to be obvious. So we're obviously in a bull market. This is the time you make money. You print money. You don't fight it. Don't look for reasons for it to go down when there ain't no reasons for it to go down. And I notice a lot of people that seem to want it to go down. They're pretty new to the stock market. It's just not how it works. Let's see. What's up, Instagram? Let's see. Yeah, that's it, man. Hopefully that Netflix sets up real nice. If you go to thepetersreport.com, go to the page there, you'll see I got an article and a report on the whole Netflix trade. Made 150 something percent. Made 150 something percent on the Warner Brothers spinoff from AT&T. That value has come out of Netflix. Netflix is setting up. I want to roll some of that profit into Netflix, rise it back up. And we've been collecting the dividends from AT&T. So that whole fucking thing has just worked out beautiful. Anyway, man, appreciate you guys. I'll be back on later. Should be. And if you're in the trade of the week, I got a video coming for you. I'll do a video on all of those small cap stocks, breaking it down with our support, our resistance, our targets, and our stops. And appreciate you guys.